All right, let's. Wait, we don't have a weapon yet. We have no way to defend ourselves. He does this little duck motion every time as a QR code. Well, I don't have my phone on me, so every time you start running, he does this duck thing, which is just, I don't know if it's adorable or irritating. All right, let's see if I can get to the dodge better this time. Nope. There we go. Oh, I have to do it again? Alright. Sometimes dodges are highlighted with a cinematic moment.
I realized that the hitchhiker was a character from the story I've been working on.
How does it feel to die by the hands of your
Hey,
own
Kanaka Broad.
creation?
How's it going? Ah! Yeah, see, he tires out after a while. I'm just loafing it. I'm actually trying to run right now, and he's just not doing it. Ludwig! Ah! Great. Well, welcome one and all. So, here's a fella who's in a college jacket who looks like he's in his, you know, mid-30s. I just started, so it's going well so far. I haven't died yet.
Hey, Stuart, remember?
Sure.
Get inside. There's no time to lose.
Yeah, so on Wednesday, the last time I streamed, I did some Dark Souls randomizer. And that was really fun, but it also, I'm not sure I'm that kind of player who can really stream that very well. And this seemed like a fun choice. No, not that guy. God, look at that face. I just wanted to ask you a question. I'm sorry.
I was trapped. There was no way out.
Thank you, Alan. Yeah, so I tried this last time, and I think the only way to get out is just wait. Conspiracy of Faith. That's the. Tom the Poet. Yeah, they don't really let you interact with anything.
The cabin was a death trap. I had to get out.
Yeah, also let me know if you hear any background noise. I've got some stuff set up on the microphone that should cancel out the sound of the fan and the sound of the street outside, which can be a little bit noisy, but I don't know how well it works. Yeah, you have to take mandatory damage here.
Follow the light.
Thank you, anonymous voice.
You are hurt. You should go into the light. You are only safe there.
Oh, okay. Not quite ready to jump yet. Sorry. Ah, okay.
Well done. I have something important to tell you.
Yeah?
It goes like this. For he did not know that beyond the lake he called home lies a deeper, darker ocean green, where waves are both wilder and more serene. To its ports I've been. To its ports I've been. Do you understand?
Absolutely not.
Follow my light.
Guy's really big with the whole light thing.
I entered your dream to teach you. The darkness is dangerous. It's sleeping now. When it feels you coming, it will wake up. There's no time. I can only show you the most important thing. The hitchhiker has been taken over by the dark presence. You can't hurt him now. The darkness protects him from all harm.
Oh, cool.
Only light can drive the darkness away and make him vulnerable again.
Yeah, I got a fancy new microphone, and I'm using OBS to stream, so that's great. Right. Alright, we don't want to waste all our batteries. Although, actually, it doesn't really matter, because this is a dream sequence.
You did it.
Yay!
Now the darkness no longer protects him, but it's still inside, controlling him. He can't be saved.
Yeah, I've got my laptop out and regular desktop. So I just happened to, I didn't actually, like, I had I bought. There we go. Yeah, it worked out really nicely. Like, it wasn't like an intentional thing. I had the laptop still, and I wanted it on a desktop PC, so.
In the nightmare, a terrible darkness was taking over the world. The lighthouse was the last safe place on Earth.
Just really want some beans.
You made me this way, and now I'm gonna
So this is pretty much the basic mechanic of the game. Which is both a strength and a curse, because it's a neat mechanic, but I don't think they get particularly clever with it, so...
This is it.
Oh god, he's the worst. He's the absolute worst. Ah! Oops. Alright. No, I died during the opening sequence.
You made me this way, and now I'm gonna
Okay, he's not. It's really hard to do the dodge when you're actually trying to do other stuff, but we'll figure it out. Yeah, he has to point out like everything you're doing too. I realized I had to get to the lighthouse because of reasons. Make sure. I think I got a trophy. I didn't actually see it. Alright, we're out of batteries. But I think we're near the end of the sequence anyways. Alright, cool. Also is... oh, right, the flare gun. The flare gun's cool. Alright.
just like
This is like we're being attacked by like the worst boy band ever. Nice. Alright, I don't think we need to use that again, but... Yeah, he does that duck every time. Alright.
you're dead.
Alan Wake, we're on a billboard.
I could keep this up.
Yeah, it's like the actual basic mechanic of it is fun. Like I actually like it's a neat little arcade thing. I think that I have not played long enough for the game to get I didn't know that happened. To get like exhausted by it, but I do think they probably like don't make the most of it. And already he's out of stamina, so he can't really run. Like, I'll get there. Oh god, okay. But it's all right. We're almost at the end of the level. I don't think there's anything over here. Yeah, we'll probably die. We want to get out of this. Yeah, it is. I agree. It's definitely not a bad system to build the game around. Not quite as good as the floating and throwing things and control, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Be very quiet. His face. Oh my god. Also, he has no butt. Also, wearing a hoodie underneath a sports jacket seems... I don't know. She said the name.
Another nightmare. Everything's fine. You dozed off.
Right. Anything more than dozed off would be news for everyone.
What?
handsome. We're here.
No, I'm sorry. I can't cheer up. I'm a dick. Wow. Yeah, is this like 2007? When does this come out? Welcome to Brightfall. Hey, checkpoint.
Let's act like we're on vacation. Go stand next to that old gentleman there. I want a shot of you with the town in the background.
Sure. I'll even give you a title for the shot. A city boy, moments before he got eaten by a bear.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello there. You picked a good time to visit our town. Deerfest is just 2 weeks away.
Deerfest, huh? Did you hear that, honey?
You have a lovely wife.
Oh my god.
If you don't mind me saying. I'm Pat Maine, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I'm Alan Wake.
Are people like just have like last names or just nouns?
Yourself, Mr. Wake. A pleasure. I'm an avid reader myself. I hope this isn't too presumptuous of me, but I'm the night host at the local radio station. Any chance I could get an interview?
Look, Mr. Maine. I'm on
Mr. Maine.
vacation. In fact, I'd appreciate it if we could keep my being here just between the two of us.
You son of a...
I'm sure you understand.
Fair enough. You can trust me to be discreet. Not a hard man to track down if you change your mind, though. I hope you two have a lovely holiday.
Well, he was a monster. Was she still taking pictures of me? How bad were those photos, honey? Pretty bad, huh?
Nice. I got a couple of really good ones. And I see you made a friend. That's cute.
Right. Yeah?
Hey, bestseller.
Ah.
My favorite writer. Are you there yet?
Barry. Yeah. We just got here.
Are the locals giving you trouble? Just say the word, and I'll hop on a plane and come make sure that you're left alone, Al.
No, Barry, we're fine.
Great.
You can call me Barry, and Barry, when you call me, you can call me Al. That was terrible. I'm sorry.
Your creative juices flowing?
Ew.
We're just settling in.
Okay, Al. I'll call back later to make sure you're doing okay. And you call me if there's a problem, okay? Okay. Just looking out for you, buddy. Talk to you later.
I love you too, Barry.
You know he's going to be calling you every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Barry is Barry. I can always turn off the phone.
So,
What did I
okay.
tell you?
I am
Text message from
oh,
Barry.
all right.
He says hi to you too.
I'm a writer, and I am an aspiring novelist who's
Alan,
trying to get a
here.
novel sold.
Come on, let's
I
go
have
to
an
the
agent,
bar.
and I just want to confirm for you that this is exactly what it's like to have an agent. Everything in this is just factual and entirely on point.
I'm gonna stop at the local diner to get the cabin key from the landlord, a Mr. Carl Stuckey.
Wow.
He's waiting for us.
The last names in this.
I'll go fill her up while you get the key. I'll pick you up here in, say, 15 minutes.
Sure.
Alan, thank you for coming here with me.
I love you too. Go on. I'll promise to behave.
So, the vibe I'm getting is that we're kind of a dick to our wife, who is very nice.
I've
Cool,
forgotten there
cool.
were still places like this. Towns where everybody knew everybody.
Oh, that was us.
Studio Dear Diner.
Hi, I was wondering if you could help me. I'm looking for...
Mr. Wake, Alan Wake. Oh, God, I am your biggest fan. I know people say that all the time, but I really am.
I'm glad to hear that.
Thank you, girl, who is clearly a ripoff of Madchen Amchick? I can't pronounce her name. Madden Amchick from Twin Peaks.
He must have gone to visit the restroom. He'll be back in a moment. I can't believe it. I've got all your books.
How dare you?
I got the cutout from the bookstore when they took it out of the window.
Okay.
And you keep it here. Well, okay. Good for you.
I hate people who like me.
Right. So much for a quiet vacation.
Yeah, so that the missing poster earlier was definitely our photo.
Because it'll break your heart when you have to leave.
Rusty here is no longer human. Nothing but black coffee under a thin layer of skin.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes two of us.
Do me a favor, Sonny. I could really use a tune right now. Coconut, number 6 in the jukebox.
Okay.
I'd do it myself, but Both of my legs have gone to sleep. Bad circulation.
By the way, have you seen Twin Peaks?
Coconut again? You disgust me. Call yourself a rocker. Unbelievable. Ha!
Yeah, the
It
copy
does,
thermoses
get stuck. Yeah.
are
you need to
collectibles.
give it a good solid whack.
All right, that'll be a mechanic we'll use later.
Now that's what I'm talking about. Yes.
This is it.
Yeah, this actually,
Died and gone to hell.
I mean, this is basically the diner from Twin Peaks. There's a little bit different. Like, there's no, I'm pretty sure that this was a little more advanced in Twin Peaks. But this is a lot like it. Also reminds me of the diner from later seasons of Roseanne. I guess it looks a little like Maine. Although I forget where we're supposed to be. Ah. Deer Fest. A little bit of Harry Nielsen. Oh, it's the not log lady.
Don't go in there, young man. You can hurt yourself in the dark.
I didn't want to wait. I wanted to find Stucky, to get the key and get out as soon as possible. The waitress was giving me a headache. Overeager fans always did.
Wow. I appreciate that narration took the time to remind us that Alan is a jerk.
Hello?
I hate it when people like me, you know.
Mr. Stucky?
Carl couldn't make it. Unfortunately, he was taken ill. But I have the key for you and instructions on how to get to the lake.
Okay.
I wish you a good stay in my cabin. I'll come by later to check how you've settled in. And to meet your wife. I insist.
Thanks.
Okay, I'm being sarcastic, but this part does actually rule. Like, this is cool.
Cauldron Lake is a special place. Very inspiring.
Did you say something? Okay.
You got lucky this time, young man. You can hurt yourself in the dark. This really ought to be fixed. And then I must remind Sarah to change the lights at the station. It's been too long already.
Even that sounds better than your singing.
Are you all right?
Splendid,
Oh, yeah.
splendid. Damn hernia. It swells up like a balloon if I lift anything heavier than a spoon. Yeah. Splendid, splendid. It's been a long time, Tom. Good to see you.
Okay.
Hey, you wouldn't happen to have a bottle on you, would you, Tom?
I wish.
The Andersons, they're local musicians.
Yeah, it was very cool. I like the setup.
To come pick them up. They wandered off from his clinic at the Cauldron Lake Lodge.
I like how there is a small subset of video games that ripped off Twin Peaks, because, I mean, it makes sense, because Twin Peaks was by a person I apparently dislike, even though she's very fond of me. I don't know. Here's someone else I dislike, even though they're very fond of me.
And the directions.
My hero. I got some flashlights, just in case.
Oh, flashlights.
Hey, wait! Mrs. Wake! Your keys!
I forgot to wipe! Sorry, that was gross. Sorry.
That diner was a real nut house.
Yeah, between like this and,
This would make a wonderful setting.
Hey, DJ Bima. Yeah, we still haven't finished the second season, but I've seen enough of it to catch like the most obvious references.
We can talk about this later.
I really want to see season 3.
I didn't want to talk about it. I wanted to bury my head in sand. Once upon a time, I was a successful writer, but that was a long time ago. I hadn't been able to write a word in 2 years, not since my last book.
Okay.
And now the weather. It's gonna be a clear night, so you folks in the big city might
Yeah, I've seen a couple episodes from season 2. I haven't gotten into like the really bad stuff, but I saw the end of the Laura Palmer, like the reveal of who killed Laura Palmer, because we covered that for an AV Club TV Club thing or something. But
Wow. It's gorgeous, Alan.
It's something, all right.
this looks really good on PC.
I'll get you inside safe and sound before it gets dark. And I've got the flashlight.
I know. I'm okay.
Okay, the house looks like it has a face. That is very
Fear
cool.
of darkness. I wanted to make sure we were inside with the lights on before sunset.
Alan, you are terrible. Yeah, it's like got a nose and doesn't really have a, yeah, it sort of has a mouth. Yeah. Neat. All right, let's just see if there's anything around here that we want to get yet. I don't think so. We'll probably be exploring this area later. Oh, we gotta go there to get the power on. Sorry, spoiler alert. Oh.
The island had once been the site for a love story. Maybe it would be that again.
Wow.
Here we go. Let's take a look inside. Come on.
I hate doors too. Maybe these doors like me.
It's dark in there. We need lights. Can you figure out how to get the power on, honey?
Stop nagging me. Sorry. He's like a real life streamer.
An old generator had been connected to the power cable.
Wait, really? Oh, okay. Wow. That is a massive generator. God, that thing must go through gas like crazy.
Good work, honey. I'll freshen up a bit and start settling in.
Okay, I'll look around a bit.
Sure thing. Have fun.
I looked around a bit. I saw some things as the sun went down.
It's a beautiful place. I told myself I could rest here, sleep here, and forget about my work.
Aw.
I thought we could be happy here.
I'll go ask Alice.
Alice had told me about Cauldron Lake Lodge. The old building used to be a hotel, but these days it was no longer open to the public.
I will say, in terms of coming up with a Twin Peaksy kind of name, that both Cauldron Lake and... I mean, there are Deer Fests in Maine. There's like Moxie Fest as well. Ooh, return to Alice. So yeah, horror-wise, one of the reasons I was initially interested in this game is that it's supposed to have a strong Stephen King vibe. I don't really get that off of it. Probably because, I mean, I guess Alan could technically be a Stephen King hero. He's a writer, obviously.
I have a surprise for you.
Be gummy bears. Please be gummy bears.
Well, hello there.
I'm not the surprise. It's in the study. Go take a look.
Aw. But I'm a video gamer. I need perviness.
Surprise.
Alice?
I guess I have a
My wife.
I
I'm
thought
sorry. I'm so sorry.
a change of scenery would get you past.
Damn, Alice, everyone
Hey, just hear me out. There's a local doctor, Dr. Hartman.
Everybody looks kind of stoned.
Private clinic here. He specializes in helping artists.
So now you want to get me committed?
Hey, chill, dude.
It's
Chill.
not like that. That's not.
Nice.
Alan?
Just don't. I don't want to hear it. God damn it, Alice.
So he's emotionally abusive, as well as a pretentious son of a gun.
I needed some time alone to think things
So he's using her fear against her in order to space this. Wow. Just a very, very charming, likable guy. Oh, it's so hard being me. I'm such a so-and-so.
Alice?
Yeah, that's definitely an overreaction. I mean, I have some sympathy in terms of like writer's block. Oh, again with that duck. Maybe it's if I.
Alice, I'm coming.
Whoa! Ah!
It's all right. I'm coming.
Yeah, again. I guess if you're already moving, let's see if we. Oh, because it thinks you're trying to do a dodge. That's probably why. I mean, oh.
Oh no.
Keep going.
Wake up.
Alice?
It's a good setup. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense narratively to have you have a big fight with your wife before she gets kidnapped. They just really could have done a better job setting the fight up. I don't know. Why not make him an alcoholic or something? Yeah, the face animation is really goofy.
Terrible it happened to Alice. The phone was dead. I'd have to find help on foot.
Hey, we've reached the checkpoint.
Among Alice's things was a book, The Creator's Dilemma, by a Dr. Emil Hartmann. Seeing the book brought back my fight with Alice. I didn't like it, and I didn't like the guy's smug face on the cover either.
Yeah, and I don't like red. I don't like the title. I don't like the font. I will say it's a bit weird that his wife is like reading up on how to help him deal with his problem. It makes her seem like she doesn't really have a life outside of him.
The gas station was my best bet. They'd have a phone I could use.
Doesn't make him less of a
Looked
jerk,
like a
but
long hike through the forest to get there.
so right. Wait. Oh well, there you go.
Damn.
Well, screw you, book. You know, he looks a little like the other guy in Nip Tuck, not Julian McMahon, the guy who didn't play Doctor Doom. But we will be meeting Dr. Hartman later. I do remember that much. Yeah, I do know the basic story of this game. I've watched videos on it. I listened to a really great podcast. WAF, Watch Out for Fireballs, did an episode of it.
Hello?
Yeah, let's just go into the blinding light. Hi! Hello, Game Trickster GT60. Hi! Hope I pronounced that correctly. I'm doing good. How are you? I think it'd be a lot better. It has kind of a Blade Runner narration stink. Nakabrod asked if you remove the narration, if it would be better. I think it would be.
I was named the author. I hadn't written it. I couldn't remember writing it. In the scene on the page, the hero was attacked by an axe murderer in the woods at night.
Oh my god. Ooh, wrong button. Ah, here we go. Title page of the manuscript.
By Alan Wake.
Wake attacked by a shadowy murderer.
The man turned to face me. His face was covered in shadows. It was hard to make him out in the darkness of the forest that surrounded us, but the axe he lifted was plain to see. It glistened with the blood of his victim.
Wait.
He grinned madly.
Okay.
The shadows were alive, distorting his features.
Oh my god.
It was a scene from a nightmare, but I was awake.
Wait. He's awake. Awake. Alan Wake. Oh my god. It's amazing. Yeah, so we are in normal difficulty, so we're not going to be able to get all the pages. I actually don't know where all the pages are, so this isn't going to be as thorough a playthrough. I could look them up. It is one of the problems with like a big open environment like this is it's very hard for me to shake the urge to just explore everywhere, but there really isn't any stuff to get. There's just open space.
Anybody there? Please, I've been in an accident.
I'm very pretentious. I need help. Also a marriage counselor.
The lights up ahead were a good sign. Maybe I wouldn't have to hike all the way down to the gas station to find a phone.
Yeah, the lumber mill stuff is very Twin Peaksy. So there's nothing here I can pick up. See, I want to go run around in here, but I don't think there's anything here to pick up. Yeah. Alright. I mean, I know how we're supposed to get forward, but it's hard to resist the urge just to, like, poke into the corners when all you get in the corners are just foliage. Alright, let's progress. Whee! Ow.
Anybody there? Please, I've been in an accident.
I'm not a famous writer. Please don't be a fan of my work.
Hey, you! Phil! There's been an accident. I need help. Listen, I need to...
Premium cabins for rent in
Oh, hell.
Carl Stuckey. Pleased to meet you. Non-refundable reservation deposit required.
True terror. I don't know. We don't. Uh-oh. We don't actually have weapons. All right. Can we pick anything up over here? Where did he go? Oh, there's a thermos. At least try to get those. No. No. Oh, manuscript page. Pressing the wrong button.
The Taken stood before me. It was impossible to focus on it, as if it stood in a blind spot caused by a brain tumor and eye disease.
Wait,
it was bleeding.
Just say stood in a blind spot. This is horribly written.
A cloud of blood from a shark bite. I was terrified. I squeezed the flashlight like my life depended on it, willing it to stop coming any closer. Suddenly something gave, and the light seemed to shine brighter.
So, do we actually... We don't actually have a flashlight yet, so... Okay, let's get to that light. That probably is...
It's the latest thing!
Here's Stucky.
Figure a way out of this. Any second now,
Oh God.
Stucky would be knocking on the door with his axe like Nicholson in The Shining.
Either make the reference... If you don't draw attention to the reference, okay? Okay, cool.
During your trying, it's the latest thing.
Yes.
In
Bright Falls Sheriff Station.
Roman.
Hello?
Oh, there's something back there I missed.
This is bad.
Okay. Oh no. Wait. Oh, jeez. Nice.
There were more of them.
Ah. Wow, okay. Okay.
My head pounded with the concussion. I'd never fired a gun outside a shooting range, and now I just killed someone. Or something. There were no bodies. They just disappeared.
Oh,
I was
shoot.
dreaming. It felt real enough to make me sick.
They actually... Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's clever. Very clever game. Points to you. I wonder if that light would have, that didn't do anything. I wonder if that light would have hurt the baddies, too. Anything back here? Nope. Alright.
Eerie hand-painted graffiti was revealed by my flashlight. Someone had hidden a chest of supplies near it.
Wow. Thank you, game, for not trusting me to accomplish the basics required to actually, you know. Alright, we'll probably try and save that for when we get overwhelmed.
The dark forest was the last place I wanted to go, but I had no choice. I had to get to the gas station.
Okay. Boy, if you did a drinking game for every time he talks when he doesn't need to talk, that you'd be having a lot more fun. I'm having fun right now, but they were not kidding about him not shutting up. Did he just say it's rabbit season? Well, that was pretty easy. I guess the tricky thing will be trying to figure out when to use batteries and when to use, like, because the harder attack uses up batteries faster. Anything over here? Ah.
Rose knew she had been gushing, but right now she didn't care. As far as she was concerned, was literally the high point of her life. She watched as he got in the car with his wife. She was pretty, confident. Not like Rose. They were perfect for each other. She'd have given anything to be called their friend.
So Rose must be the girl from the diner from earlier. So either he's directly, it's like he's writing stuff that's already happened. Although we still don't know how we ended up in that car crash after diving into the lake to try and save our wife. So there are mysteries afoot. Ooh. Can we get the birds? Get the birds.
What the hell was that?
He's so slow. Move faster.
When I saw the river below, something uncoiled itself inside my head. I realized that I'd have to find a way across.
Wait, what?
I didn't even want to look at the water.
We're literally Oh, shut up, Alan. Is he afraid of water? Or is that a reference to the fact that we had to dive in to save his wife? Is there anything over here? That's bad design. You should encourage me for poking around. Although I think that's actually the direction we're supposed to go. Here? Ah, there's a thermos. That's okay. Yeah, ideally, anytime a game has big open areas like this, you should actually get it rewarded, because at this point, people are going to poke around the edges of whatever world you've built. And it feels really bad after a while. Once you start knowing that there's never going to be anything, it's like a weird feeling. Like, theoretically, you could just stop exploring as much, but there's always this nagging feeling of like, well, what if this time there's something there? Boy, there are a lot of these.
Barry Wheeler was bouncing off the walls. He jumped on a plane after his calls were ignored by both Al and Alice for several days.
Alan and Alice, okay.
On a second honeymoon, but Barry didn't buy it. Al had been way too unstable for that. Not sleeping, messed up. Barry had years of experience dealing with Alan Wake, and he couldn't ignore it. Something was wrong.
Barry's coming. So I wonder if that means we've already missed multiple pages. There we go. Oh, cool. Oh. Yeah, the
Stucky
barks are
was
pretty
still
good.
out there, in the dark, stalking me.
It was like a fan. Like a horrible, horrible fan. Have I mentioned how much I hate having fans? I don't know, maybe that's why he quit writing. He was so sick of having people enjoy his work. Which, again, seems to be pretty terrible so far. Oh. Ah. It's hard to do the dodge. Okay. Nice cinematic dodge, hey? Nice. Sparkling River Estates is a restaurant? Is it it's a restaurant name? Is that the place we were at before? Yeah, a restaurant name should not have estates in it. Alright. Gotta remember, we have that flare gun if we need it. I'm gonna try and save it for either a boss fight, because we're gonna have a boss fight at some point, or if we get a huge mass of those guys at once. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, I do like the discovering things with the flashlight. The Taken are filled with darkness. So I'm gonna have to recruit Liam Neeson? It's okay, joke. It's okay, folks. All the jokes are bad, but I've got a lot of them. Okay, cool. So we've got enough batteries. I can afford to be a little bit less stingy with them, probably. Although we haven't really run into any combat situations where I desperately need to burn through the batteries. Yeah, I think we fight... I've definitely played through this level before, but it's been, God, 2 years? I know we fight Stucky probably fairly soon. Let's see. I think we're supposed to go... Make sure this isn't... Is this... Wow. Okay, we already got... I think we already got the things that yellow arrow was pointing to, but let's just make sure...
The staircase was broken. I had to make my way up some other way.
Oh, we're actually... We get... Okay, we are at our limit for both items, so that's good. Although I hate leaving stuff behind.
There was no power. There was bound to be a generator somewhere at the logging site.
See, the thing that always gets me about this stuff is that writers in fiction are so often kind of feel false or fake or forced, but, like, they're written by writers, so... Okay. Okay. Tried to dodge that, but okay. I don't know if this is the game that started it. It might be. I know it was pretty popular. Although flashlights are a good thing to have in horror games, just because they're a device that, like... They seem like, oh yeah, shotgun. Nice.
With all this forestry equipment around, there had to be something I could use to reach the top.
Yes, Alan, I know. Let's...
Before I saw them. swooping down from the sky and screeching as they came.
You know, like
I
birds.
spun around just as the cloud was upon me. For an instant, I stared into 100 dead eyes, black pearls glittering in the darkness. I raised the flashlight and the swarm exploded like fireworks.
Okay.
Feathers burned, turned into ash. I couldn't hear my scream above theirs.
Well, there you go. We know that the flashlight will work on birds now. Thank you, pretentious manuscript pages. Yeah, most games don't actually use them as a combat mechanic, which is neat. I think it's probably been around for a while, because I remember with Doom 3, one of the things people objected to it was designed to be more of a survival horror experience, which meant that you had to spend a lot of time switching between your gun and your flashlight before they changed it for later systems because people complained so much. And I think Doom 3 was before this. So flashlights, the idea of using flashlights in a horror game is certainly not a new one. But I like the way the game uses it. It's cool. Yeah, the batteries are dead. Well, I think it's because it's a combat thing. I mean, like, you have to find batteries in like Alien Isolation. All right. Yeah. Okay. So I want to put that in. Oh, there's some. Oh, there's a thermos over there. Oh no. That work? Okay. There's a thermos over here. We must collect all the thermi. Sweet, sweet collectibles. Anything else back here? Yes, I've definitely played games where picking up flashlights was important. Or like, Amnesia, The Dark Descent. Amnesia. You don't have a flashlight, but you do have a lantern, and it's important to pick up fuel for the lantern. It's kind of a horror staple. I wonder what the first game to actually make prominent use of it was. I think using the flashlight as a combat mechanic is actually a pretty clever touch. Yeah, I'm thinking about maybe at some point, if I'm feeling really bold, trying to stream Outlast. Because I've watched it a couple of times, and it gets pretty gnarly, but it has some interesting moments, and I like to stream. It'd be fun to stream it. And one of the things there is you have to end up starting generators. Somebody should do a list of all the mechanical, like all the most common mechanical, mechanical, like, I can't think of the word. The systems that you have to do in video games that happen so often that, like, in order to gamify something or provide you with a task to do while they're scaring you with other things, that you end up having to do the sort of mundane mechanical systems, like starting a generator or finding a power supply or, gosh, I don't know. All right, we've got shotgun ammo. Gotta remember I have a shotgun. Turn on!
Well, I was just outside for a breath of fresh air, and what a night. I know most of you are probably in your beds by now, but if you're still up and around, take a moment. Step outside for a spell and breathe in deep. The weather is absolutely still. The sky is crystal clear. It's like...
Okay, don't make me stand here and listen to this.
As you listeners know, I'm a night owl, and it's on nights like this I wish I wasn't cooped up in
Oh, this is the guy we met on the boat. It's all coming together.
I wish I could just roam wild. But here I am.
Oh.
And who'd keep you company all night long if I weren't? It looks like I'm not the only one staying up late. Caller, you're on the air.
Hey, Pat, it's Maurice Horton.
Oh, Maurice.
What are you up to?
Well, I was just taking Toby on his walkies.
Oh, isn't it beautiful out there?
Sure, but Pat, the reason I called is that Toby heard something run
Uh-oh.
through the undergrowth and took off after it.
Yeah, that dog's dead.
Probably a rabbit.
Sure. Toby loves rabbits.
Well, sure.
Anyway, I figured that,
All right. I'm leaving. So I assume if we've been damaged, we could have healed up here. Maybe we already did and I didn't notice it. That was the stash. We already found the stash. Oh, there's a manuscript page. Boy, this game has a lot of ways to stop you from moving forward to do incidental things. Like, I like some of the color. Like, even these are kind of entertaining in a goofy way.
As if by accident. The book I couldn't remember was either a terrible and true prophecy.
Well, it's terrible regardless.
Creation that had rewritten the world. I began to hunt the pages feverishly, for they held the answer to the mystery. With it, I could save myself. With it, I could save Alice.
It could also just be that you're dreaming. Have you that occurred to you yet, buddy? Yeah, if this was like a Twilight Zone, I would assume he is dreaming because he hasn't actually thought.
The gas station was closer now.
Am I dreaming?
Its light welcoming in the darkness.
Generally speaking, if somebody guesses a twist beforehand, it's usually not the actual answer. Oh, that's Stucky. The Stuckmeister. Okay, so again, with that, there's a big open area, and I want to poke around the edges. But, nope. Okay. Starting to get all squishy on us, so. That's Stucky? Ah. Alright. Oh, that was easy. Although it's still all squiggly, so. Oh. Okay, so don't do that when there are guys around. Alright, alright, alright. Oh. Oh, shoot. Oh, dang. We died. I got stuck there. Alright, so this time we know not to try and start the generator when there are people around. We already listened to that page, so we do not have to do that again.
The gas station was closer
shut
now.
up.
Its light welcoming in the darkness.
Who would want to get a burger called a belly burst? Chicken Riggies! Yes! Alan sleep. Ha! Because he's because he's tiresome. He's very tiresome. Alright. Oh, shoot. Ah, that was not what I wanted to do. I just wasted a very useful tool. Ah, sugar. That's not great. Did I kill the other guy, too? Alright, let's... Okay. Oh, did I waste a battery? I think I was wasted a battery. Yeah, that duck is the funniest flippin' thing. There we go. The dark, Chicken Riggies, the darkness is like a dark void which truly emphasized its total darkness. That's good, Viva. Famous novelist murders 30 lumberjacks. Motive unknown. Maybe he just hates flannel. Has anyone ever thought about that? Okay. Yeah, I just noticed there's a little compass that tells you what direction you're supposed to go in, so I'm feeling pretty smart. Alright, there's got to be more dudes around here. Yep, I knew they were going to do that. This game has an unfortunate tendency to have guys come at you in ways you can't see beforehand. Don't love that. Safe haven. God, what was I? Oh, okay. Ah! That was kind of a waste of a flare, but I don't have regrets.
I stepped into the gas station's garage. It was dark and quiet. The place was a mess. It looked like someone trashed the place or that there'd been some kind of fight.
I really wish Alan was likable. Like, this game would be a lot more enjoyable if I actually wanted Alan to succeed.
I was blinded by a bright light. An old portable TV on the shelf had come alive by itself. Impossibly, I could see myself on the screen, talking like a madman.
Yeah, see, this is kind of cool. Like, yeah, this isn't bad. Like, I mean, you know, I want to roast this game a bit because it's very silly in a lot of ways, but I do think there are some neat ideas, and there's some cool... There's a reason that Remedy got famous. And it's not just Max Payne. I wish I'd used that flare. I wasted it. I wasted the flare! We'll get some more here. Cool. Thank you, game. Okay. Let's try not to waste that this time. I still haven't used the shotgun. I probably should at some point, but it feels like we have so little shotgun ammo, and like we've noted, there's definitely going to be a... Yeah, this feels like this is definitely from the grimdark period of, well, pretty much everything, honestly. Okay. We are definitely going to have to try and run down this hill and be chased by something, right? Alright. Like, the idea of a heart... Like, whose idea of a heart writer is this? Oh, yeah, okay. Cool. That was a good use of that, honestly. I do not regret that. Damn, duck. Yeah, it always is a strike of, it seems like a strike of, like... Cool, more shotgun ammo. Alright, how much do we have? 12. That's not bad. Maybe should use that more. Let's grab that manuscript page just in case we can't get it after. We have to open the doors. Alright. One day I will press the correct button. I lied to the sheriff.
She asked. The sheriff looked at me suspiciously. The early morning light flooded through the office windows. I would probably never have gotten out of the woods alive without her help. But I couldn't tell her the truth of what I'd faced the previous night. She'd think I was lying or crazy. She'd lock me up, and she wouldn't help me find Alice.
Yeah, I like the idea of these pages, and I like hearing about things that are going to happen later in the game. It's neat foreshadowing, but I really wish you didn't have to, like, stop and just listen to it every time. Oh, we're already at our limit. Think this is the TV show? Or the... Yeah.
Science. It bestows immortality on those who advance it to elevate all of mankind.
This is cool.
Newton, Einstein, Sagan, princes among men. But the price for such a legacy is steep indeed. In Night Springs.
So in case you haven't noticed, they may be parodying Twilight Zone here, just a little.
If our lives are already written, it would take a courageous man to change the script. Having called a press conference, Dr. Barclay Colvin is about to demonstrate that very courage.
This is neat.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press.
This also reminds me...
Barclay Colvin.
Not an actor. This reminds me of the bits in Control, where, like, the creepy puppet show things.
Demonstration of the many worlds interpretation. As you can see, this is a loaded 9mm pistol. It shall be part of a...
You'll notice I've worn sunglasses so I can look more like a badass.
Experiment known as a quantum suicide.
Da, da, da.
Suicide? Is that a real gun? He's kidding.
Yeah, Control is good. I wasn't as huge on it eventually because I got kind of sick of the combat after a while, but it stylistically and just overall, it's a very solid game.
Now, you might think this round is merely a dud. Not so. Observe the flower pot.
Oh no!
I myself cannot be harmed with this gun. With each pull of the trigger, 2 new realities branch off. One in which the weapon didn't fire.
Yeah, Control definitely feels like them kind of figuring out what they want to do, which is why I'm really curious about the DLC. And one of the reasons I wanted to play this today, because I wanted to get through this game for once before the rest of the Control DLC comes out.
No circumstances can this gun kill me. So wait.
what you're saying is that every time you pull the trigger, in another reality, you die?
Yes, of course, but that's completely trivial. There's an infinite number of things that could happen at any moment, and they always do happen somewhere. The point is, this one did not happen here.
You're insane, Colvin.
Insane? Insane?
Hey, was this thing supposed to be plugged in? I stumbled on it.
You fools.
So
Quantum immortality.
Poor Dr. Colvin.
That's great.
Felled by his own hubris?
I mean, if you saw this on YouTube, it would be the crummiest little low-budget thing ever done, but
The decaying atom unobserved.
cool.
Curiosity often kills the cat. Night Springs.
Yeah, there are a few of those throughout the game. We might stop. I'll probably try and stop and show them just because it's a neat idea. But yeah, I would like to stream Control. I have to actually rebuy it for the PC unless I eventually get it like really ambitious and start streaming more from. Oh, that's not ominous or threatening at all. Streaming more from my PS4, but it's easier to stream from my PS3. It's easier to stream from my PC, and I'd love to play Control on a system that can handle the better graphics and stuff. It's a good game, and I haven't done any of the DLC yet, so that's something to look forward to. I also haven't played any of the Max Payne games. Have any of you played any of the Max Payne games? Because I haven't. I've heard about them a lot. I played some of the third one. Okay, so this is definitely a boss area. I love the vocal performance. They're just going for it. It's cool. Yeah, the third one is supposed to be like the least like the other ones because the third one is done by Rockstar, but that's the only one I played. It was good, but I'd like to try the other two because they are also available on PC. Boss fight time! Oh. Yep. I tried. Press the wrong button. Yeah, this is boss fight Among Us. Yeah, I'm still getting a handle on the controls. And I think we want to hit him with the shotgun if we can. Okay, buddy, come on. Unless there's some other special way you're supposed to beat him. They haven't indicated yet, so I'm assuming you just have to be patient. Nice! That was easy enough.
Stucky's body vanished, leaving behind only a lifetime of nightmares to come. Assuming I'd reach the lights at the gas station alive.
Okay. You know, you can't be just stunned to silence by the terrifying and strange situations you find yourself stuck in. You have to... Well, you know, when you cut lumber, sometimes the axes you use and the chainsaws you use, sometimes that they get dull or you run out of gas, and really the only thing you have left to do at that point is just shoot the wood. I mean, you have to shoot it anyways at some point. I mean, you have to make sure it's dead. You can't just ship out wood that might still be alive. I was trying to play something else. I don't think it was Fear. I was trying to play something else that had like a bullet time mechanic in it. It definitely isn't something that can support an entire game anymore, which is well, inevitable, really. Fear is another one I could stream. I already own that.
I recognized the parade float I had seen in Bright Falls when I first arrived with Alice.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, that deer is the best. Yeah, I like it when the game seems to be at least a little bit in on the goofiness.
I just experienced in the darkness, the lights of the gas station felt comforting, at least for a moment. The sane world reasserted itself.
Oh man, do you hear that in the background? There's a loon. Gasoline. Oh, did the deer poop out the page? Yeah. Stucky Taken. That's gonna be the name of my my next ska band is Stucky Taken.
Ever since the couple never showed to pick up the keys, things had been fuzzy. Something, a feeling caught his attention. Stucky looked up and stared as his brain tried in vain to process the horror before him. He stumbled back, knocking over a can of oil. A black pool.
Oh yes, brief moment.
Then let go.
I can't make fun of the game too much for using that because it's something that I've had to edit out in pretty much everything I've ever written that uses the word moment. But a moment is brief by definition. That's what a moment is. So, yeah.
The Deer Fest had been 2 weeks away when we arrived. If the day count on the banner was right, I was missing a whole week between the night we got here and now.
Oh, the Deer Fest. We're just one short of being nice. Comment on gas prices, even though that's pretty pricey. That's pricier than what it is now. Although, you know, pre-quarantine times, right? Yeah, I already looked at that. Stop it.
The garage was
the
a mess.
loon.
It looked like someone had trashed the place, or that there'd been some kind of fight.
Yes, you're right, Bima. I should reassure everyone that I don't already have a ska band. That was just poor phrasing on my part.
All right. I'll keep writing. Outside, there's only darkness. Outside the cabin, outside the story, there's only darkness. I can feel her presence in the dark. Just now, I could smell her perfume in the room. I'll reach her. I'll fix it up. I'll bring her back. The story will come true. If I stop, she's lost. I don't believe this. It'd been me on the TV, talking crazy. Was I losing my mind?
Did he say out loud, "I don't believe this," and then they had the voiceover narration that he's thinking? That's kind of what it sounded like. Nordic walking, incontestably proven health benefits. Is that like... Why does he have 2 ski poles? Okay. Is that like how you do Nordic walking? The 68th Annual Deer Fest, September 15th to the 18th. Games and activities, raffle tickets, fishing competition, pie contest, and surprise competitions. Live music. For the children, Bucktooth Charlie, that's sensitive, afternoons, and Montgomery the Mystic's Amazing Phantasmagoria, evenings. Don't miss the legendary Deer Fest parade. Okay. Really getting psyched for this Deer Fest, folks. It's like the fireworks factory. I think that should be more of the focus.
Great Falls Sheriff Station.
Hey, we made it through the level. Huzzah. Another creepy looking person.
Oh, thank God, Sheriff.
Sheriff Sarah Breaker, you are...
I'm Alan Wake, but listen, I was in a car crash. My wife, Alice, she's missing.
Calm down, Mr. Wake.
We were staying in a cabin on the island, on Cauldron Lake.
There's no island on Cauldron Lake, not since the big eruption in the 70s.
You have a volcano here?
I can take you there, okay?
You look like you've taken a pretty bad knock to the head. Are you okay?
Yeah, I had to shine some flashlights on people and shoot some guys. I hope that's okay.
And then we'll go to the station, okay?
She looks like somebody.
Mr. Wake, have you seen Stucky, the guy who owns this place?
I realized I couldn't
no.
tell you what had happened in the forest. She wouldn't have believed me. And then she wouldn't have helped me with Alice.
That's a good setup. She looks a little like a lady version of Robert Zadar. Better than that, but just kind of the puffy face thing going on. Let's skip.
Previously on Alan Wake.
Well, what?
I came to Bright Falls with my wife, Alice.
Okay.
Thank you for coming here with me. I thought maybe...
Well, this would be useful if I was actually splitting this video up into segments.
Now, she's missing.
Alice? Alice?
I woke up behind the wheel of a crash.
The reason I actually own this on PC, I actually bought this before I had a computer that could really run it, but there was a brief fear that it was going to be unavailable because of music rights. So I bought it when it was on sale before it was supposed to go out of, like, basically it was supposed to go, we just dealt with it taken, but supposed to go, like, be completely unavailable, so I wanted a copy of it in case it happened. Is that a block of wood? Or...
Honey, I'm home.
Back here, sweetie. How was it?
Worst weather I've ever seen.
You should put some coffee on. It'll warm you up. Hey, handsome. This is gonna be a long night, but these shots are turning out great.
I guess you're gonna need that coffee then.
So I guess he shaved
put it on.
he shaved the goatee off when the pictures came out because he saw how he looked with the goatee. Wow. Switch on the coffee maker. Well, let's poke around a little first. This is a huge apartment. Nice. Very classy. Yeah, I think they must have bought it back again or something, because it's definitely available now. You can actually get it on Microsoft Game Pass.
Thanks. I'll need it if I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow.
So that's what? Ketchup and maybe soy sauce and salt and pepper shakers and hot sauce maybe? I don't know. Go to Alice.
Oh, hey, I just finished those cover mock-ups. They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
No kidding.
Okay.
I didn't think you'd get them done this quickly.
So is this...
On occasion, I can perform all sorts of miracles, my dear.
Is this like an origin story? Because you notice he's not wearing his sports jacket. So is this like Alan before he became Alan Wake? Oh, there's another QR code.
These look really good.
No, they don't.
Sure, until Barry gets his hands on them.
Also...
Which, by the way, will happen over my dead body. The last time was the last time. Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called. Alan?
What?
Alan, please check the fuse box.
Okay.
I'm right here.
So...
I'm on it, honey.
Is he...
Hurry.
Return to Sender, What If I Can't Forget, and Alex Casey. Okay, so he's a thriller writer. Those aren't horror novel titles. None of these, and these aren't horror novel covers. Like, that's,
I really don't like this, Alan. Please hurry.
I'm sorry, I'm picking up collectibles.
It's true what they say about the fall and the sudden stop at the end. I'd lain here in the snow while the lurid chain of scenes that had led me here kept playing in my head. A rerun of my own.
Is that still Alan? Because it sounds different.
A memory of my corpse. Alone at my own wake.
Thinking
in metaphors again.
What?
The femme fatale was gone. Only a sour taste remained of the kiss that killed me.
Okay. That's not bad.
This was a late goodbye. 13 years after I'd gotten my revenge, it had finally caught up with me. It had been a long time to bear the pain. My blood painted the snow red, gruesome, slushy, dissolved, scattered.
I'm sorry, a gruesome slushy. It's amazing.
To the sewer, mingling with the bile of the city, becoming one with it. I can see them
This sounds like Max Payne, actually. Because the whole thing with Max Payne is that he's trying to get revenge for his wife and child who were murdered. And the fuse box. Hello, are you fuse box in here?
I really need those lights on.
Yes, dear. I'm doing it, dear. Don't actually remember where the fuse box is. Guess I can not follow the little yellow circle. No, okay.
Check the fuse box.
Okay.
It's in the hallway.
Oh, right. I thought this was actually art when I saw it before.
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you, Bima. Like, hi, let me shine this in the face? Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, stop yelling.
Sorry. It just really spooked me.
Don't worry.
Oh.
Just break out the candles.
That's setting up the fear of darkness they mentioned earlier.
It's stupid, but it's just... Especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
What is that angle she's sitting at? She looks like the sheriff, but with different hair. I don't think that's intentional.
When I was a kid, the dark really spooked me too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Okay.
If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
I don't know if that is cute or contrived. He still has it?
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
Even if you are a liar.
I guess this is romantic. Are they more of a power hazard than in the not a are they more of a fire hazard in the not a power outage?
How do you feel, Mr. Wake? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wake, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
I couldn't take it easy. I had to go save Alice.
Mr. Wake, we're done here. If the pain gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it then.
What?
Sarah, Sheriff Breaker is
What?
waiting for you. She's very good at her job.
Wait.
I'm sure she can locate your wife.
What?
Doc Nelson was the image of a small-town doctor. Sheriff Breaker had called him to the station to take a look at the cut in
Could
my head.
you have left that in the car?
I'm sorry you had to cut your morning fishing short for this, Doc.
Oh, she's a beauty, ain't she? Not the biggest I ever caught, if you can believe that coming from an old fisherman like me. But she's right up there. Now, she's a largemouth bass, which is what you're after if you prefer a lure. Now, if you want either trout or salmon, on the other hand, then it's fly fishing for you.
Okay.
You a fishing man, Mr. Wake? Oh, doesn't really matter, I suppose. But it can be very relaxing out there. You can't get me off the water this time of year. Closest thing to heaven.
I'll take your word for it, Doc.
You weirdo. I mean, you know how that would smell? Look at that. It's just sitting there out in the open. It's not even... Also, it doesn't look like his fishing line has a fishing line on it. Fishing rod has fishing line.
I believe you'll find the sheriff in her office. Just go down the corridor.
Boy, another nosy NPC. You can't let me, like, walk around for 30 seconds. Well, there's nothing else there to see anyways. Wow. Okay. This place does give, like, it does give kind of Deadly Premonition-y vibes. I want to read. I definitely didn't shine a flashlight and murder these fellas. Also, Bruce Dansky looks like Mark Ruffalo.
Come in, Mr. Wake. Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged
You
now.
charged my phone? How dare you?
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
Are we gonna just yell the whole time?
Sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake?
How did you end up
Oh.
at Stucky's gas station?
Okay, I guess they don't want me to control this part.
It happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd lock me up. Excuse me. I need to take this.
It's probably a spam or about my car warranty.
Please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight.
We're probably gonna make out a little, so bring some chapstick.
Watching you.
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Of course, Mr. Wake. You can get there through the cell corridor. Just don't mind Walter in there. He's one of our regulars.
Ah, it's charming. Ooh, thermos pack.
Oh, no such luck.
And a manuscript page.
Bender and beat Danny pretty badly. He started shouting like that the moment.
Alice looked through the viewfinder, lining up the shot. Cauldron Lake was breathtaking. Something caught her eye. A figure standing in the shadows behind the cabin, like a thin woman in a black dress. She lowered the camera and looked again. No one there. Just a collection of bushes that looked vaguely human-shaped. She shook her head and laughed.
I always wonder if people actually... I think I made a joke about that on Twitter once. Do people actually shake their head and laugh? Oh, it's the throwback your head and laugh thing.
Yeah, it's Mulligan here. I'm at Stucky's gas station with Thornton. There's no sign of him. Over.
Wait. Yeah, this is Thornton. Look, we've located the brake float. It's here. That's some good news, right? Stucky was supposed to be driving it at the rehearsals today. Over.
Oh, give me that. Mulligan here. Looks like someone really thrashed the garage. Over.
That definitely wasn't me.
Keep looking for Stucky. Jane's out.
Yeah, I'm digging this. Like, it's a little goofy, but it's pretty fun. Hey fella. Is that the guy I'm supposed to talk to?
In spite of its human mask, to describe the dark presence as intelligent would have implied human qualities on something decidedly inhuman.
They capitalized dark
Nonetheless,
presence.
It found the one spot in the diner that was dark enough. Some light spilled into the corridor, ravaging it. But it took the pain. Horrible as it was, the writer would soon fix that. He would be coming to the one place where it still had power.
Okay. So that would be the creepy lady we found in the diner. He's the dark...
Hey! Anybody out there? I'm not feeling so good.
Okay, I can't actually talk to him, I don't think.
The early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache.
What?
The man on the phone had said, go through the fence on the left.
Well, first I have to pick up a thermos. And then I have to waste time turning on the radio.
Well, folks, it's been another long night, and it's about time for me to sign off for a while. God knows I need my beauty sleep. Just one more item before I go. It's been a busy night for the sheriff's department.
All right.
Had a few broken windows, even a report of shots fired on Main Street. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton had to deal with two intoxicated young men who were celebrating the completion of their deer festival. Now, folks, we get this every year. I know it's...
All right, we're just going to walk on. Okay. Doesn't trust me to find a thing, but that's fine. It's fine. Yeah, this is pretty good so far. I hate you, boards. Oh my god. That was a kick.
The kidnapper fired his gun one last time, and the shadow vanished into the darkness it had come from. See? Nothing to it, Wake. The thought of Alice in his hands was revolting. We stood on the wooden platform of Lover's Peak, the waterfall in the mountain behind us, the lights of the radio mast blinking red in the heights above. I fought with the urge to take a swing, force myself to speak. Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
My wife?
Alice's driver's license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business.
Could have let me actually find it.
Barry?
Ow! Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry,
Guys,
listen to me.
guys, we're going to get to meet Barry.
I can't talk now.
Ow! What the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
Yeah, see, in terms of story, right? Story, like, this is a good setup. Whoa.
A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible here. I'll write the story. I'll save her.
Yeah, in terms of like a setup for like a noir setup or something, the idea that you have to basically kind of keep away from the cops, even though you actually really haven't done anything wrong, but you don't really know because you may have done something wrong. I think this is Dr. Hartman. Yeah.
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not.
Yeah, he's evil. Anybody who wears that colored cardigan and isn't is probably evil.
The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I will point my finger at your nose.
Situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Whoa!
Take it easy.
Oh, here we go.
Nobody move. Get your hands off of my client.
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler.
Oh, wow.
If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake...
God, there are a lot of faces in this game.
Get me out of here.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with him.
My agent is the grown-up Gerber baby, yeah. Yeah.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's...
He sounds like he's doing a bad Joe Pesci impersonation.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him.
What?
Wow, I was just thinking about you too.
Is she just wear her diner outfit all the time? Oh.
He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing.
By the way, I hate you.
Great to see you.
I hate you. Oh, great. He's a sleaze, too.
Who's Max?
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl.
Yeah.
And, more importantly, a fan.
Yeah.
She even has a fan site dedicated to you. And she was very helpful when I was looking for you. Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car, just listen to yourself.
That's what I do all the time. All I ever do is listen to myself.
Just disappeared. When was the last time you slept? Are you high? Have you been drinking?
God, I
Wait
wish.
here.
I gotta say, Barry sucks, but like.
Boy. I'm almost done.
Hey, Rusty.
Oh,
right?
that's a fake looking dog.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay.
Sure. That waitress lady, she seems perfectly fine.
You say stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. It's a good story. Could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm. Seriously, Al, you can't just go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No, this whole thing is... Listen, you hit your head. I mean, geez, Al, come on. You gotta
Wait
understand
here.
how crazy all this sounds.
You got any more meaningless tasks for me, buddy?
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
So,
Thanks.
no.
Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end
I
of the
really
nature
need to
trail.
kiss someone.
Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too.
Guys, folks, I think that means we're going to be going through the woods again. Awesome, right?
Radio mast. It's right below that.
Huh. My family, actually, my sister owns it now, but...
It's working. Ha! Let's have a laugh on Barry.
Uh-oh, his hands are stuck in his
Going
coat.
there real funny, Al. You can quit it now. Look, Al, you're asking me to believe that you shot a dude who went poof into thin air, a guy who was bulletproof until you pointed a flashlight at him.
Okay.
You hear that from people who end up spending time in
Please tell me I don't need to listen to all of this. I think we do actually eventually come back here.
white shirts with
That's
too
cool.
long tangled up sleeves and eating a healthy diet of pills.
Okay, don't care.
You make cruel jokes about people who believe that kind of stuff.
I was saying, my family, my sister at this point, has a camp up north in Maine, and this actually kind of reminds me a little bit of being up there. I miss it. It's a really nice place.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her.
I hate this lamp!
This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay.
We're probably going to make out some.
You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help, and I'll do it.
I think it's probably a bad sign if your agent says you're his best friend. Gesundheit. Shoot, he's not a monster.
These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be deliverance all over again.
What does that read? The Wiccan sign? Is that? Within side. Okay. Yeah, so I guess he just keeps talking. It's a cabin, all right. That's Conspiracy of Faith. We saw that one earlier. Pamphlets. Nice fire. Hey, coffee thermos. Yes, I need batteries. I wonder what happened to the gun. Like, did you lose the guns? Yeah, we don't have any guns anymore, so I wonder what happened when the... I wonder what happened when the cop found you. Did the guns just disappear, or are we just not supposed to think about it? Okay, so which way do we go, actually? Because I thought I was supposed to go the other way, and I wanted to poke around back. Ah, more coffee. Ooh, a hot tub. That's for later. When Alan's wide awake. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know which way we're supposed to go.
Wait here, Al. I'll hold down the fort. I'll be with you in spirit every step of the way, Al.
Yeah, whatever.
Walk through the door now.
Oh, okay, there's our gun.
Barry had never gotten along with Alice, but he knew Alan loved her with an almost frightening intensity.
Really, Alan loves Alice with an almost frightening intensity. Boy, that's that feels like something you could have expressed through, I don't know,
It was as if his friend had experienced a massive
cutscenes,
psychotic
if you're gonna have them.
and was now totally disconnected from reality. It scared the shit out of Barry.
Aw, poor Barry. Like I feel like we could have actually, you know, I don't know. Well, this is gonna bug me because now we can go down this way.
I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it.
Okay, so
these people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
we've literally received all of this information already. You can stop explaining. Oh, there actually isn't a way back here. I'm an idiot. And he's already winded. Gosh. Oh, I love to hear the sound of that loon, though. Nice. So yeah, this is a good, like, it's not a bad, it's very, I don't know, I don't think it's cliche, but it's not a completely new scenario if you strip away the meta elements. The idea that there's someone that's taking your wife, you actually can't call the cops because they'll kill them, but you have to, like, kind of manage it yourself, and you don't really know what's going on. All that's really good for, like, a story hook. Like, I will give them this. Even when the gameplay gets repetitive, they at least know how to set up a story that you want to keep playing just to see what happens next. God, wouldn't it be nice to be one of those cabins right now? Man. Go for a swim and then just chill out and... yeah. Hey, the radio! This is always exciting.
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has just parked his rear end in the studio. Doc,
What a sweet rear end it is.
my plan? You make it sound a lot more organized than I ever seem to manage.
So there are only 2 books in this town. Conspiracy of Faith and With Inside.
No plan, really. Just taking the atmosphere. I'm getting a little too rickety to do much more than that, you know. Oh, tell me about it. No sack race for us older gentlemen, huh? Yes, exactly.
Yeah, if you want me to listen to your radio recordings, you should let me move on and not have to just stay in one place while I do. Because I get impatient. It's very pretty out, though. This seems inefficient. Oh, okay, cool. We're actually gonna get combat again. Place has seen better days. Moonshine Cave and Lover's Peak. We spend a lot of time naming things here. Hate this door. Yeah. This is another one of those night. Yeah.
Crime and punishment. The cancer and cure of civilization. But some crimes are impossible to punish, especially in Night Springs.
Yeah, I gotta admit, I'm a little torn on this stuff. Because I think it's really clever and cool the way they're setting it up, and it's a really neat idea. But the fact that you have to just stand here and watch the TV is kind of dull.
So, you're confessing to killing that guy, huh? Why?
And it coming?
Yeah, but why would you do that? I mean, you're a nice guy. Normal. Took a kid to a soccer game. So how come at the game, you pick a guy and, quoting from the arresting officer's report here, assault the victim's head area repeatedly with the weapon of choice being a pair of bare fists?
Is that the police report? Because the police report sounds really overwritten.
Maybe you're not the literary type. Okay, so you mess him up. But why?
Oh, yeah.
Who was that guy? We couldn't ID him. Why would a guy like you do him like that?
I didn't like his face.
Well, you must have hated it, because you really went to town there. I mean, there's no way to tell what he looked like. No ID on him either.
That must be difficult.
But then we ran the fingerprints. Got a match. Your prints. Identical.
Huh, how about that?
Your son said you were wearing a white shirt when you took him to the game. But the white shirt is on the dead guy.
Hmm.
It's plenty red now.
You won't get away with this.
Do you really think that's in any way relevant? to me? I had plenty of time to talk to my boy before the cops arrived, you know? He won't stop screaming, am I right? You think he's ever gonna be okay? I left my mark. Believe me.
You bastard.
What? You gonna shoot me? What's the point? I'm going to prison. You got me.
I don't understand any of this.
And you never will. Don't worry. Maybe you'll see me again, Agent. Maybe in the mirror.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, I like those bits. They're very unusual. I just don't like having to stop and watch them. Phone. Probably the path we need to take, but we're gonna...
The air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned thing had crawled up from its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. My eyes were drawn to the twisted shape of his broken leg. The attack had been vicious. Max whined in his cage. Rusty's eyes were wild with fear and terror. He gasped. Mr. Wake, it happened just the way it was on that page.
It does bother me a little that the pages are supposed to be sequential, and yet there's no way that that could actually tell a coherent story with just the pages you have. Even if I was playing on Nightmare difficulty, we'd still be missing pages. But that's being a little bit weird. Oh, wow.
Rose knew that Rusty was in love with her, and she liked him too. She liked him a lot. He taught her to dance, and life had certainly taught her the value of a man who was gentle. He treated her well, made her smile, made her feel good. But Rusty wasn't the prince of her dreams, and that tended to underline the unbearable truth. She was no closer to that Hollywood magic than he was.
So Rose is the waitress that you were sneering at. Rusty, did he teach her to dance when she was a little girl, or I don't know. Yeah, I'm so used to... I have played a bit of Deadly Premonition, and I'm so used to playing these games. You'd think that you could just sort of wander around the town and talk to people, but that is not the game this is. Oh man, I had a cutscene.
This was no head injury.
Rusty, hang on! I'm coming! Please, help me!
God, he's got no stamina. Well, this looks like you'll fight a boss in it.
Please, help! Hello? Back here. I'm back here. Hey, please. Mr. Wake? Oh, hell. It happened just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew. So...
Oh wow, this is like a Lovecraft character dying dialogue.
The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back.
See, I'd say that your glassy-eyed stare indicates that you're not doing very well, but in this game, everyone has a glassy-eyed stare.
It would help me understand what had happened.
Oh, hey, doggo.
Good boy.
You just hop out of that, you know, buddy, right? Hey, oh, he said in the office. This is the kitchen. Wait. The office over here? Oh, yeah. Right, where it says
The only way to make sure
office.
that Rusty was safe was to get the power running and the lights back on.
And also to pick up this manuscript page.
The visitor center was sturdy, but the impact turned the front of the building into splinters. Rusty was thrown across the
So-
lobby like a rag doll and hit the far wall hard. It didn't hurt until he tried to move and saw his leg bend the wrong way. Felt the broken rib stabbing him on the inside. Rusty howled in pain and fear, suddenly afraid to die alone.
So, are the pages in sequential order or not? Because that feels like it should have gone before the one we just found. Ha ha ha. Yeah, writer's block. Am I right? More like writer's, you know. I'm tired.
At the last instant, I changed direction and threw myself down. The axe splintered the trunk of a tree. I stumbled into the pool of bright light. My lungs burned. I was too exhausted to move. I tensed as I waited for the killing blow, but it never came. I raised my head. Nothing moved in the darkness beyond. For the moment, bathed in the cold light, I was safe.
Let me just loot your office before I try and save your life. Okay, right? No!
It was too late. Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on.
I heard him screaming from the other place. He must have been bad. He sounded like he was hurt, you know, because of the screaming.
The ground was covered with oily patches that looked like liquid darkness.
Yeah, I agree, Chicken Riggies. Like, Ah. I need to get the reloading right. Yeah, the third-person shooting mechanics are not... Whoa. There's something over here? Ah, what is... Oh. The dark... Okay. Guess that was hurting me somehow? Oh no, it looks like Artorias wandered away from the abyss. Yeah, it's not a terrible shooter, but it's not like a good one, and it doesn't actually seem to... The mechanics don't really add or subtract much to the actual story. Uh-oh. Rusty's gone bye-bye.
Fishing is only permitted for those visitors who purchase a park fishing license.
Oh, no.
The park ranger's instructions.
Rusty, no!
Never. Closer than 100 yards. Two bears and wolves. Never approach any other wildlife closer than 25 yards. Pets must be leashed. Never leave your pet unattended.
Where'd you go, buddy? Where'd you go?
Is against the law to remove any natural objects or historical artifacts from the park. This includes even
Boy, it's a good thing none of them picked up a gun yet, right? Yeah, Sinking City lets you actually spend more time in the town. This game is just like that's one thing I'll definitely say for Control. The balance is so much better. I mean, you still spend most of the game in combat, but the combat's more fun and it feels more relevant to what you're trying to do. Whereas none of this is like, I mean, maybe I've been writing wrong, but in my experience, writing does not involve shining a flashlight on guys and then shooting them a lot. I mean, I will admit I'm not published yet, so maybe that will change, but as far as I know right now, that's not really a focus of being a writer. Also, you can't loot the bodies. I mean, that's just a bummer. I like looting bodies. Do I have a problem? I don't know. I just know what I like. Oh, okay. I wonder if you can On the plus side, I'm getting better at the combat. So Chicken Riggies, are you saying that you don't like the combat in Control, or are you saying that the combat in Alan Wake eventually becomes relevant? Oh, you mean Sinking City? It's relevant. I think. Regardless, I think I basically agree with you. I was really enjoying watching. Watching Duck stream, watching Cole stream the Sinking City stuff was really cool. Because I still have that game. Hey, flying enemy. Well, it has to be narrow because otherwise you couldn't really use it in terms of combat. But you are right, it is very pointed. Like a laser. Yeah, I don't think I actually got far enough into Sinking City when the one time I played it to actually get to combat. Man, I played it on my PS4, and I can't remember if it was my PS4 or my PS4 Pro. I don't know if I had the Pro yet. It really wheezed, and that game is not like a visual powerhouse or anything like that, so I don't know. Alright, let's go see if we can find ourselves a kidnapper. Well, at least we're still in the woods, but it's a slightly different environment. No, wait. It's the woods again.
What the hell was that? I saw from the window.
Ah, Barry.
I saw something.
Forget about it, Barry. It's just me going crazy.
I've never heard the wheeze. I never heard the Switch actually make, like, actual noises. I don't think it has a fan. It can get super hot. But usually only if you play it docked. Like, if you're actually holding it. It can still get hot when you're holding it, but...
I mean it.
Yeah. I don't mind if like there's some jank in terms of graphics or whatnot. I just mind if it sounds like my my machine is gonna explode.
Last instant of consciousness, Rusty thought about Rose. He was older than she was. Rose was barely out.
Oh, really?
But she made him feel young and forget what a train wreck his long dead marriage had been.
Okay.
He still wore the ring. He'd been waiting for her to tell him to take it off. Now she never would.
That's probably for the best. Lover's Peak, okay. Yeah, Until Dawn, that's an interesting one. I kind of struggle with that game. It makes me nervous in a way that like games like Alan Wake don't, because you can make choices with the story, and I feel like that's the core of the game. Yeah, we just came through there. And I feel worried that I'm not going to make optimal choices, but that would also be a fun one to stream. Again, I know Cole streamed it for Duckstream, but I don't want to copy everything he's done, but definitely did this one too. But that would be a fun one to stream. For your safety, say undesignated hiking trail.
Lover's Peak was at the far end of the nature trail.
Oh, but I want to go to Moonshine Cave. Alright, fine. I'll go talk to the kidnapper and maybe rescue my kidnapped wife. Fine. Ooh. Aw, it's the fun fellas. Yeah, I am starting to enjoy the combat a bit more. Once you get into a groove, it's not bad. It's also very funny the way he reloads the gun when you press X really fast. Dogs must be leashed. I definitely don't remember this looking as good on the Xbox. Yeah, whenever I see a sign that's pointing in a direction, my inclination is to go in the opposite direction, and I always like a game a little bit more when that pays off.
Nobody in Bright Falls seemed to know where Al was.
Boy, we're getting a lot of information about Rose.
Seen him. From what Barry could tell, Al pretty much fell off the face of the earth when he left the diner. Rose was just the kind of fan that Al hated, but she really tried to help. She was smart too, knew a lot about what was going on in the town, knew a lot about Al, even knew who Barry was. Barry liked her. That was no big surprise. When it came to women, Barry and Al rarely saw eye to eye.
I don't know what they're trying to get at with her in terms of Alan not liking her. I get that he's supposed to be kind of standoffish and kind of jerky because he's all angsty and, you know, tied up in knots inside because he can't write, and that would be horrible, admittedly. But there is literally nothing about Rose in the few scenes we've had with her where she has come across as anything but like a nice person who likes your work. Like, she's not even intrusive or annoying, and I feel like if they wanted to have sort of a... Alright, now I'm a little lost. Okay. If they wanted to have some sort of situation where you're supposed to be kind of irritated by her or understand why Alma would be annoyed by her, even if his reaction is excessive, they really don't sell it. As it is, it comes across as you just freaking out because someone is pleasant to you in a situation. No? They have a tree called the Great Old One. That's great. Oh, wow. There's somebody back here. I know there's somebody back here. Yep. Where are you? Ah. Ah! Ah, we died. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the way this handles combat by throwing, like, a bunch of guys at you at once. That is very funny, though, the Great Old One. Because you can't really see where anybody is, the way the third person works. There's no, like, radar system to sort of to warn you about. There really should be a radar system up in the left corner that's, like, kind of point out where guys are. Yeah, like that. How was I supposed to know there was a guy behind me there? Especially without a lot of... Yeah, I don't care. I just like the fact that it's called the Great Old One, and that's a cute joke. I hope we get to a safe place soon, because that sucked. I like how that happens directly after I said I was getting comfortable with the comm. Ah! Ah. Okay. You're also getting low on bullets. I wonder if your health regenerates naturally. Well, that's great. I mean, I hope... Presumably, I hope after a while you still... Ah! Okay, there's another guy behind me. Ah. We're also almost out of bullets. I hope after a certain point you get kind of a third sense in terms of knowing when to dodge and when to hold them, you know when to run. So yeah, I said 3 to 6, so I'm going to keep streaming for another 40 minutes or so. I may start doing these shorter after a while. I'm not sure what the best length is. It's not like exhausting for me as a player, but it's a lot of the time. And it's a lot of time to ask people to commit to watch for a bunch of hours. Okay, we got our health back. And we can maybe get some supplies. Alright, a bit of revolver ammo. I wonder if headshots do more damage, because if so, I should probably be going for headshots more often.
turned the corner, afraid of what the flashlight's beam might reveal. Suddenly, a roughly painted symbol of a torch glowed in the light. Behind it, hidden by a rock, sat a battered metal trunk. It was here for a reason, packed with supplies, batteries, flares, ammo, things you need to make it through the darkness of the night. Something left behind by someone who knew what I knew, and more.
Okay, so it's weird that they would introduce that. They'd have that page that explains those stashes this far in. Because we've already come across a number of those stashes. And I really would like to find where that one is. Because I would like more stuff, please. I'd really like a flare gun. Because right now we have very limited options in terms of combat. Ah, there it is. Taken our... Yeah, we already saw it. Dark. Again. Up here? Oh. Ugh. Oh, boy. Oh, a bunch of fellas. Well, we did not get supplies. See if we can get back to the light, because we're not doing great in terms of health. Oh, so they just disappear when you get in the light? Alright. Does that mean they died? Or does that mean we have to go find them and kill them? Okay. Okay. Okay, how do we... What am I supposed to use? Harsh language? I don't know. Okay, he can outrun us. I must have missed a stash or something. I didn't think this was going to be a game like that survival horror-y in terms of resources. Stop doing that, duck, every time you run, buddy. It's not great. And we don't really have a melee weapon, or... Alright, another safe spot. Let's get to that. Oh, he can't dodge or run or anything. Okay. Or anything over here? I would really like some ammo. Well, a thermos is nice, but I would really like some ammo. Wow, that thing just slides away. Ah! Alright. Wow, this is exciting. Okay, we have to go that way. Alright, should have checked that before. Just really would like to be able... You really should have a melee weapon or something. I must have missed a stash. Which stinks. And now I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Okay. Oh, okay. We go over here. Leave us alone. We can't shoot you right now.
Agent Nightingale didn't want to be in Bright Falls.
Agent, oh,
These little
right.
communities revolted him, and he didn't like the trees or the coffee. He now knew that impossible horrors lurked behind the storefronts and smiles. He desperately wanted to turn the car around and just drive until he passed out or ran out of road and booze. But he had a job to do. He had a rider to catch, at any cost.
Just want some bullets, please. Please, sir, may I have some bullets? Sorry, I keep forgetting which button is the B and which button's the A. I'm more used to a different control. Yeah, the on the Switch, I think the buttons are swapped, which is annoying. Yeah, we have no other weapon. Yep. And we have yet to actually reach another ammo cache. If that's like intentional, that's kind of cool in terms of raising tension, but like... Whoa. And the flowers are still standing. Come with me if you want to live.
That flashlight's kid stuff. The flares will keep the bastards away.
I have a flare. Just... bullets.
You can see them too? Hell, of course I see them. Come on, we gotta move.
Why?
Because that's the way the story goes.
Yeah, but...
Let's move!
I lost my gun back there.
Oh, I've got a gun.
I've got a gun.
It took a moment, but then I recognized him. He'd been on the ferry when I first arrived here with Alice. He knew my name. We were headed in the direction of Lover's Peak. There was no way this was a coincidence.
Of course it's not a coincidence.
Come on, Wake. You better keep up.
You gonna shoot him? Yeah. I guess I can use the flare. Ah! Okay, that's how the flares work. Boy. They teach you the rules of the combat, and then they just... Alright. Could you finish shooting him, please? Oh, can we get more here? There we go.
Lover's Peak, right up these stairs, Wake.
I really want to French you.
To hold them off while I get these boards off.
All right.
I need a gun.
Yeah.
Angry.
Can do, Wake.
Are you kidding? Give me the gun.
Give me the bat.
Pull them off, damn it. A little longer. Scare them off. Get some light on those bastards. That'll keep them off us. Just a little longer. I almost got it. Okay, it's over. Move it or lose it.
There's a guy right behind us, too. That would have stunk.
Oh, you feeling better now, Wake? All cozy and safe.
Hey, I like this guy. He treats us the way I want to treat us.
Better get ready. They'll be on us soon.
And please have a gun. Oh, coffee.
This is it, Wake. The last stand. There's more players here. Get ready. We fight
Oh,
them
I did not mean to do that.
coming.
Give me the goddamn gun! They're coming!
That's not how this goes. Get with the program, Wake.
Well, at least the flares actually behave realistically, unlike in, like, horror movies where they... Unlike in, like, I mean, I love The Thing, but he holds that, he holds that flare for a very long time. That pop is pretty satisfying. Ah! Where the heck did he come from? Crud, we're all out of players. Please be the last one. Okay. Aw, he rhymed. Oh no. We are literally all out of flares. Okay, ah! Wow. Well, at least that guy can't die. We can. We definitely can. And we probably will. I can't imagine what this is like on Nightmare. Okay, cool. Could you shoot? Oh, please, please, golly. Okay. Cutscene. Ah, the sweet relief of a cutscene.
Where's my wife?
My wife? I'm sorry, I did that twice. I said I was only gonna do it once.
Congratulations. You're gonna bring about something glorious and terrible once we get you some proper editorial control.
What the hell are you talking about? Where's Alice?
I want the entire manuscript, or she's gonna suffer bad.
You touch her and
Yeah, that's a good idea. Murder the guy who has your wife kidnapped. Yeah, I think maybe next time I'll just do like 2 hours. Maybe like 3 to 5 or something. Yay, I got a gun!
No! Come back here! I swear I'll kill you if you hurt Alice! Do you hear me? Come back here!
I mean, I'll chase after him, but I really want to pick up some stuff first.
He had Alice.
He had
I wanted
Alice.
the manuscript because he thought it held some magical power, but I had no manuscript to give him.
Well, I mean, I have the one that I've been picking
more
up.
than one occasion, Alice had tried to explain to me how it felt to be afraid of the dark. To her, darkness wasn't simply the absence of light, but something more tangible than that.
Ugh.
It was something you could touch and feel. Worse than that, it was something with a mind of its own, something malicious and malign. For her, things changed when they were wrapped in darkness. They turned into something else, something foreign, and nothing was safe or innocent anymore. I'd never really understood what she meant, until now.
Okay.
I had to get back to Barry.
I miss Barry so much. Yay, batteries. All right, give us some reaps. Give us some supplies. Restock us, please. There. Does this mean I'm supposed to go? Yes. Okay, cool. Stash. I definitely could use a stash. Yeah, I wonder how much of that was like me best not knowing the game well enough to play it well, and how much of that was actually like supposed to be like really hard. You got through it, without dying, which is good. Okay, no, do not follow up. It's so goofy the way he jumps. Right? God, third-person games really struggle with, like, third-person 3D games really struggle with showing jumping, like, in a convincing way. I can't think of many, like, action games like this that have a jump where you just feel really happy to jump every time. Or whereas here, it just feels like, well, I gotta give him something, so fine, there's a jump. Better than not having a jump, I guess, but... I'm back here. Ooh. Can I do something with that, or is that just showing me so I don't step into it? We call this the bear trap tree. Harvested every fall. That's the other thing. How can you make a game that's supposed to be Stephen King-esque and then set it in the Pacific Northwest? I mean, come on. Come on. I know it's Twin Peaksy, but... Alright, well, it's kind of them to give a little reflection off the bear traps, I will say that. Although, am I going here for some reason? I don't appear to be going here for any reason. Yep, just wander down a direction with nothing. Absolutely nothing. Or is peaceful out tonight. Oh crap, now I'm lost. I guess I'll just follow the incredible number of bear traps. Holy God. Feel bad, almost bad dodging them. There's so many of them. Somebody went to like a lot of effort just to make sure that there were no bears. No bears were gonna walk out of here without hurting feet.
Sarah didn't care about the legal threats Wake's agent had made. She let Wake go without argument, because there was something about him she couldn't quite put her finger on, something that reminded her of her father. She didn't think Wake would hurt his wife. Then she thought about the way he waded into Hartman, that hair-trigger rage flaring up without warning.
Look, game, if you want to set it up where there's some ambiguity as to whether or not Alan is insane or not, you have to set it up a little bit better than you've been doing. I mean, yes, he was a jerk, but... Yeah, okay, this is not the way we came. Good. Yeah, that's the other problem with setting this in the woods. It's pretty, but there aren't a lot of landmarks to guide your way by, so if you spend time exploring, which I've been doing, to get the pages, which the game tells you to do, and also to get stashes, because it is apparently very possible it's running out of ammo. God, my kingdom for a radar that tells you where those guys are. Very easy to get lost when you go exploring. And that doesn't seem like something that... Okay. Okay, so now we have, like, ninjas? Certainly seem like a ninja. Enjoy this box. Enjoy this barrel. Yeah, there's more exploring I could do, but honestly, I just want to kind of... Hey! Safety place. Cool. Okay. You got me good, game. Point to you. I think this teaches horrible lessons about how to start power generators.
The night had been one desperate situation after another. I was exhausted, and my body felt as though it had been chewed up and spat out. The flashlight was heavy in my hand, and each pull of the trigger sent a painful shock up my arm. But I was finally out of the woods, and things were looking up. That's when I heard the chainsaw.
Alright, that's good. I like that. Ooh, a hunting rifle. Doesn't seem to give me any aim or anything, but that's cool. What does you press? Oh, that's what happens when you press that. You waste a flare, because I forgot how the controls work. Oy. Well, it's not like those are incredibly useful or necessary for progress or anything like that. God, what game? I was playing something recently. Oh, I forget what it was. I think it was maybe Halo, or... I think it was Halo. Every time I did anything, I got in the really dumb habit of forgetting what controls used, like, reload, and what controls did grenade, and I threw so many accidental grenades. Accidental Grenades. That's the name of my post-punk band's second album.
I had heard the plane fall. It made no sense. It was clear that it had just fallen here, but it was very old and obviously hadn't flown in decades. Looking at it sent a shiver down my spine.
Okay, I'm curious. Okay, you can't actually save, so you just have to wait for checkpoints. That's what I thought, but I would have been... Oh, you mean behind the plane? Stash, gimme stash, gimme stash, stash, stash. Yay, stash. Hey, let's try not to waste these this time. No promises, though. Alright. Well, at least now we know there's a big, beefy enemy that we want to use the, a big, beefy enemy. We want to use the more powerful weapons like the hunting rifle on, so that's good. I wish there was a way to know where I was supposed to go a little more easily than this, but... Head back where we came. That was kind of satisfying, right? Alright. shoot. Oh. That's a sound. Oh, good. We've actually checkpoint, so that must mean we're going in the right direction. Oh, this is a big open area. They're gonna throw... Yep, okay. Slow down, so that means... Okay. Sometimes it's hard to know when it, like, actually... Oh, yeah. Okay. So the combat's not over yet. Maybe this is like Doom, and you have to keep moving at all times, or else you're in trouble. Can I start this without getting killed? Cool. Yeah, I don't know when this game saves. Well, you know, it saves when you believe with all your heart and renounce your sins, but I don't know when this game actually, like, saves your progress. Maybe it's at the safety spots? I mean, that would make the most sense. I want to make a joke about bonfires, but honestly, that would just make me sad that I'm not playing Dark Souls right now. Don't even know if I'm heading in the right direction. Okay. But hey, we ended up there eventually. Well, points where they're due. The flares are a good mechanic for crowd management. I do wish we could like upgrade our flashlight or something. It feels like it's taking just a little too long to pop them, but that's probably just me being impatient. Oh, whoa. Ow. Now it feels like, that feels a bit like Outlast 2. I mean, not incredibly grody and off-putting, but... rural areas. Yeah. 3 hours is a long time to stream. I'm kind of losing my moxie a little.
The logging site was a mess. The modular office had been pushed off the cliff. Deputy Thornton climbed up from the wreckage excited, breathing hard from the exertion. Nobody there. It's weird. Don't you think that's weird? Bored, Mulligan let out a mighty snort. Hell, it's always weird, Thornton. Just a
Mighty
question of
snort.
sorting out what kind of weird it is this time around.
We're gonna I'm gonna keep going until 6 o'clock, which is what I originally scheduled. We started a little bit later just because I was having my computer decided to crash right before I started streaming. But we're probably gonna go till 6 o'clock, or unless there's like a... doesn't seem like a very good stopping place, we might... Yeah. about another 15 minutes or so.
When Barry saw the darkness attack the visitor center, it made him a believer. The men Al said he'd shot, they hadn't been just locals on crank. Somehow the world had changed, like the channel had been switched without warning. You think you're watching a sitcom, and you're really watching a horror show. When the birds started attacking the cabin, Barry wasn't surprised, just terrified.
Yeah, it does this game absolutely no favors that I was playing Disco Elysium earlier. Not today, but I've been playing Disco Elysium this week, replaying it, and the writing in there is just so good, and the writing in this is just... It's functional. Sort of. Check over. Coffee. I keep pressing the wrong button. He's just very happy to have coffee. Yeah, I have no idea if there's a mechanical advantage to getting rid of those spots, but I just find it satisfying. It's like doing the bad guys, but without having to shoot them after and not having to worry that you're going to get hurt. Although we did get hurt by those spots earlier, and we did have to walk by them there, so maybe there is. That's you are supposed to get rid of them. Cool.
Be aware of Widowmakers.
The drink or the ski slope? Still haven't gotten the handle on that dodge. There we go. Cool. That worked out well enough. The dodge kind of reminds me of like Resident Evil later. Oh god, Resident Evil 3, the remake, and I guess the original Resident Evil 3. Although I haven't played that as much. The dodge is like context sensitive. Where let's reload that so we can have that full up. The dodge is context sensitive and timing based, so it's a bit like a parry. You have to get used to that, and I don't love that because I don't know. I understand it with it makes sense to me with parries because parry is supposed to be high risk, high reward. You get the timing of a parry right, and you get a lot of damage. But if you get it wrong, you get hurt. With a dodge, you're just trying to get out of the way, especially in a game like this where they keep throwing things at you from different directions. But that could also just be a function of me not quite getting used to the play yet, and so I can't blame the game too much for that. Much as I'd like to. Yeah! Rolling, rolling, rolling. Alright. Wow, are those two of those guys? Yeah, I think that was two of those guys. Haven't done that to us before. We've probably definitely missed some manuscript pages. Bothers me a little bit. So, anything over here? Yeah, that's kind of a design irritant, isn't it? Like, sometimes there'll be stuff over the side, but not always. So you spend more time searching and getting kind of disoriented. I don't know. I don't know how much I like that. You could at least give me like a little bit of ammo if I poke my nose into places. I want treats. I want nice things. Oh, we're already out. Okay. I have no idea how much further there is in this level. Uh-oh. Bigfoot?
Logging is a hazardous occupation.
Oh man, the Ents are pissed. Hey, it's the chainsaw we were promised. Nice. Yay! Aw, we don't get a chainsaw, though. That's bull. So now we're just trying to make it through the woods. Live, thrive, and survive. See, again. Alright, I'll stop complaining. There's a light. Yay, a checkpoint. Alright, I would stop here, but we'll go 10 minutes and then we'll be done.
Barry?
Ow! The porch is covered with birds. They've got all Hitchcock on me.
Stay out of sight. I'm on my way. Don't open the door.
What am I, crazy?
Stay hidden. I'll be there soon. Just make sure you keep the lights on.
Okay, I just realized I've forgotten what we're trying to do. I thought we were going to need to meet. We were top Lover's Peak. Are we still trying to go to Lover's Peak? Is that where we are? Kind of lost the thread there. I mean, if we're going back to... Can I actually kill those birds with this? Nope. They don't seem to react at all. Okay. I mean, I know we ran into the kidnapper and...
Still had to reach Barry at the cabin, but at least I was out of the woods.
Okay, so we met the kidnapper, and he gave us his demands. Okay, okay. That's probably just me being a doofus.
I'd have to get the car from the locked garage. It would get me back to Barry faster.
All I want to do is get back to Barry faster. Oh god, is there going to be driving in this game? Really wish we had more batteries. Or, like, any flares. I mean, that's on me. I overused the flares.
The FBI agent's command froze me in place. I considered surrender. It was all falling apart anyway. I could give in, let someone else deal with it. But it felt all wrong. Call it instinct. His posture. The way he held the gun. He was no friend. Shots ringing in my ears, I leaped for the hole in the fence and stumbled into the darkness beyond.
Okay, so that sounds like... Okay. It sounds like we're getting near the end, at least, of this section. Good.
I had to find the key to the garage.
I know that, Alan. We're just looking around. My voice cracked because I've been streaming for a while. Ah! There's the key.
A story is not a machine that does what you tell it. A story is a beast with a life of its own. You can create it, shape it, but as the story grows, it starts wanting things of its own. Change one thing and you set off a chain reaction of events that spreads through the whole thing. The characters have to be true to themselves. The events need to follow a logic that fits the story. A single flaw and the magic is gone. The story dies. Alice dies.
Well, I mean, that was pretentiously put, but that actually is... That's actually not a bad way of expressing what it feels like to write. I mean, you could put it in more realistic terms, where it's not so much that a story is alive as it's being constructed part by your subconscious, and there are things about that you can't control, so the more you try and ignore your instincts, the weaker the story is going to be. But that's not a terrible way of expressing it. Very true in terms of my own personal experience. So maybe I'm Alan Wake. Drive. Oh, there is driving. I just hit this guy? Yeah, that's satisfying. Am I supposed to do anything but just drive? Oh, I think you're supposed to jump. Wow, okay. Ugh, this thing handles like a truck. Is that actually doing anything to them, or? Nope. Oh, okay, that wasn't actually a jump. Ah, you dingbat. Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess in theory you could try and kill them, but I don't really see much point to that. Well, it's better than the driving and deadly permission. Deadly permission? Deadly premonition. I think we're just supposed to keep going. Return to Barry. All along the road. Okay, do we just get out? Sorry, the camera is so... okay. Oh.
The flare gun was probably the best weapon I could imagine against the dark things I was facing.
Thanks for the pro tip. You like that I do like that the flare gun tends to take out multiple dudes at once. That's pretty cool. Right, I vaguely remember this. God, I just gotta get back to Barry. I miss him so much. Oh right, that's the run button, you doofus. Barry, are you okay?
It was the kidnapper.
Oh.
You son of a bitch! Where's my wife?
Enough horseplay, Wake. You deliver the manuscript, and you can have your woman back. Simple as that.
I don't...
She's not my woman. She belongs to herself.
I'm gonna need time to finish it. I still need to write the ending. I need a week.
Not done?
I need a week.
2 days.
My fingers are very slow.
Bright Falls coal mine is nearby. You can find it easy, city boy. The main building, there at noon. You bring the manuscript, you'll get your wife. If not, well, get me.
Yes, I get you.
Oh, I get you instead of my wife? I don't know. I mean, my wife and I have been having difficulties, but you seem kind of nice. Pretty handy with a gun.
Barry had talked about birds over the phone.
Those are definitely birds flying above the roof of the house. Oh, we're gonna have another fight, aren't we? Okay.
Al, I am so glad you're here.
Sorry, hold on. I just gotta get a special thing to get. I just want to get some resources. Sorry, buddy. Did we already get this? No. I don't think the flare gun's gonna be that helpful against the birds. I don't think it is. Again, that doofy like duck. What is that? I guess it's like trying to register a dodge. Okay. Wonder if doing what I can, buddy. All right, just for the hell of it, let's wow. Okay. Ah, I really don't like. All right, let's get up on the porch. In the porch potential. Yeah, put some flare on the dry wood. That's good, right? I have to kill all the birds? It'd be really, really cool if, really cool. I just really want a hot tub. I really want to relax. Are they only around? Ah, okay.
You can open the door now.
They're
gone.
Well, that was not my best work.
Hey, Al. I'm sorry for thinking you were having a psychotic episode, man.
Okay.
I sent Barry to the town to ask around about a man fitting the kidnapper's description. He'd go through the archives of the local paper. Perhaps he could learn something. Anything about the island and the cabin that had disappeared. The man wanted a manuscript. I had to try to write him one to get Alice back.
Dear Mr. Henshaw, call me Ishmael. A screaming comes across the side. I hate white paper.
It's been nothing but a metaphor for the human psyche, a tool to use in writing fiction. Now, it was happening for real, and I couldn't put a single word on paper.
It could just be that I'm a crap writer. Please don't take that out of context.
Barry Wheeler speaking.
This is Rose.
Rose?
By any other name.
Oh, you sweet, brilliant girl.
You and Mr. Waite come get them?
Oh, God.
Trailer park outside the town.
We'll be be there in less than an hour. See you soon.
Have a great day. Hope you come back soon. Welcome to the Oh Dear Diner.
Wow, okay, that's why we were learning so much about Rose. Rose isn't here right now. Ugh. Well, all right. I think that'll about do us for today. Thank you very much for watching. I know there are only a couple people left. I don't know how long you've been here, but thank you regardless for showing up. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody who stopped by today. Thank you for everybody who is in the chat. I'm going to post this probably on YouTube, on my YouTube channel at Z Handlin, probably on Monday. And I will be back tomorrow at 3. I'm going to try and go for 3 hours again. This might be something where I reduce the time because we seem to lose a lot of people around hour 3. And if it's going to drop everybody, it's probably not worth keep pushing. But regardless of that, please like, follow, subscribe, whatever. Thank you very much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, I think that's about everything. So, be seeing ya.